Today's episode is supported by AIDS-Free Pittsburgh. There are more than 5,000 people living with HIV in southwestern Pennsylvania, and the Ryan White HIV/AIDS program provides support services to help them get the care they need. That includes assistance with things like healthcare, medications, housing, transportation, food, and treatment for substance use disorders. Visit aidsfreepittsburgh.org to learn more.
This is CityCast Pittsburgh. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. Today is National Pizza Day. I don't know whose job it is to plan these national days, but I feel like the day after the Super Bowl is sort of missing the mark. Luckily, friend of the pod, Pittsburgh pizza journalist Dan Tallarico loves a good pie every day of the year. So in honor of the good stuff, we're resharing his favorites, including up-and-coming pizza trends. And for all of you who are afraid to branch out, he's got suggestions for where he thinks yin should go next based on what you told us you already love. Hi, Dan. Welcome back to CityCast.
Hey, Megan. Thanks for having me.
I feel like we should disclose that once again, we are talking over real pizza. We just had several bites. We will save you the chewing noises. We got Driftwood Oven this time.
Can't beat it. Top place in the city.
What do you love about it?
I love the artisan nature of Driftwood Oven and, following their journey from a mobile pizza shop to brick and mortar. I mean, that's just amazing, right? You love that. You love to see that. And then Neil Blazin, who, owns and operates that, has just a fantastic job, right? The quality's like through the roof. High quality everything. Dough is very unique for the area.
It's sourdough, which is like a very different texture, different flavor. We got to-go pies and they were still like really crispy, but also chewy. And it's got like a little bit more depth of flavor, I feel like.
Totally. You nailed it. Yeah. Very sturdy too. And I will say the one thing with Driftwood Oven, you got to get their ranch dressing. It's so good.
We didn't get the ranch.
I didn't know. Dipping that crust in the ranch. I mean, I think it has to be mandatory.
Okay, well, we'll have to do that next time. Part of the reason we got Driftwood Oven, as you can expect, we're going to have a lot of recommendations in today's show, is because we put a call out to our listeners, our readers, and Dan, we got so many recommendations.
You're telling
for
me
Driftwood.
People have opinions about pizza in this city?
So many opinions. I hope you're ready.
My favorite pizza spot is Driftwood Oven, and my favorite is the veggie pizza. Thanks for all you do.
I would have to say my favorite pizza place right now in Pittsburgh has got to be Driftwood. Their sausage pizza has some amazing flavors to it as well.
Their menu is all very delicious, but my favorite pizza is actually one that you can't get in the restaurant, and it's one that you have to get at one of their local events that they participate in, because the pizzas from their pizza truck are so good. They're Napoli style, and just absolutely delicious.
That just feels so Pittsburgh to recommend something that you cannot actually get on the menu. Mm-hmm. So that was Susan H., Mitch F., and Ashley.
Yeah, it's good luck hunting that down this truck that they rarely ever use anymore. But yeah, I think that's what, when people think about Driftwood Oven, that original pizza truck pizza was mind-blowing for people. And this was they were doing that around 2017-ish or so, 2016, still in the early days of, mobile pizza units in the city. Now we're overflowing with them, but that Driftwood mobile pizza was unbelievable.
Yeah, and remains to be so when you can find it out and about. Dan, it feels like there's been a lot of pizza news lately. We have so many locals, for example, that compete in that International Pizza Expo over in Las Vegas.
That's right.
I was genuinely shocked at how many Pittsburghers go to that thing, and also how many of them did really well in competition.
Yeah, the International Pizza Expo is fascinating because there is a huge Pittsburgh contingency that goes now, and it wasn't always the case.
Do they travel together? Is there a group chat? How do they handle things?
They're definitely, most of them are really good friends with each other. And what is cool is, you have people who have been going for years, like Caliente, for example. Famously, in 2016, they won Best Pan Pizza with their Quack Attack. And then they bought the domain, worldsbestpizza.com after that. But that kind of opened up the floodgates to be okay, Pittsburgh can compete at this level. And it inspired, I think, so many other people to go, right? Mercurio's goes, they do pretty well in Neapolitan typically every year. Ironborn sends some people. And then Susan Boyer, who is the manager at Ironborn, has like created this Las Vegas pie, which you get in the shop, that is phenomenal. And that score is really high. I think she got third in the pan division this year.
We actually got a last minute call from Alyssa R. about loving Ironborn's pepperoni pizza. I have definitely eaten a ton of that over the years, but I'm not familiar with their Las Vegas pie. What's on that one?
We're talking sausage. We're talking it's special sausage from a place in Ohio she grew up near.
Nothing screams Vegas like Ohio.
Exactly. Maybe that's why people were so excited by it. It's like, whoa, a piece of Ohio in Vegas. How unusual. So you got that. I think there's some mushrooms, but you could stop by the Strip District location. It's quite good. You'll leave happy. And Slice on Broadway this year won Best Cheese Slice. So, I mean, that
feels like a really high honor because it's such a basic flavor. It's such a basic pie.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ways that can go wrong, too.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing that maybe a lot of people don't know about the International Pizza Expo, I think the competition is called like the World Pizza Games or something, is there's very strict rules, right? So like when you're making a cheese slice, like you do have to adhere to, certain restrictions. Like you have to use, you have to make pizza at a certain style, and it's a 2-day event too. So, last year Slice on Broadway won the first day and then had to come back the second day and I think got 5th place. But this year they dominated. And then there's only like 50 or 75 people competing as well, right? So are you the world's best? You're only the best of the people that are sending there. So there's some caveats as far as
they're the best. They're the best in the world.
They are. If you want
is
to
the best in the world.
Your city of champions, pizza and otherwise. But yeah, if you want a plain slice of pizza, I think Slice on Broadway totally deserves those credentials.
It's funny you mentioned that because actually I was listening recently to some city councilors. The city council has one enormous fan of Slice on Broadway.
That's Broadway Avenue in Beachview. That's where it was founded. That's where it was started. The owner is a very good friend of mine. And this is the best pizza in the world. We're doing a proclamation for Slice down at council chambers because he was voted best pizza in the world. So how about that?
So that's District 4 Councilor Anthony Coghill. Clearly we know where he's ordering on Friday night.
Totally. Yeah, kudos to Rico and the team. Rico's Lunardi is the owner of Slice on Broadway. Phenomenal job. This is actually their second proclamation, if you could believe it. I can believe it if Councilman Coghill is the one making it happen. I don't know who it was, but in 2014, around April, it's like official Slice on Broadway Day in Beachview somewhere. So, they're racking up the awards and the city proclamations as well. So very impressive.
I want to go back to Caliente briefly, too, because, they're getting these awards on, a quote unquote international level. But I feel like a lot of Pittsburghers maybe give them a little side eye sometimes.
Yeah. If you are ever on the Pittsburgh subreddit and Caliente comes up, people are very upset. And I think there is some dissonance there, right? Because they have won allegedly world's best, right? And they did win those. They do make good pizza, but that pizza is a very specific type of pizza.
The one being served in Vegas?
Yeah, the one being served in Vegas. And so what they bring back to the city, and first of all, when you see World's Best Pizza, you assume, they're talking about their plain traditional pizza, right? But no, you have to go to the Caliente menu, and then there's a whole section of gourmet artisan pizzas that have the Quack Attack, the Mima, all their award-winning pizzas that are decadent, limited supply. And the ingredients are very unique to Pittsburgh, but also in Vegas, they were doing things that they're not doing at their store in Caliente. So their Quack Attack that they won in 2016 had a dough that was infused with Yards IPA, right? That's not something they're saying they do here at the Caliente in Pittsburgh, right? So you're missing that. It's also missing the roasted shallots that won in Vegas too. So, you're not getting exactly what won. You're getting a slightly watered down version. And I think people are kind of upset where it's you're the world's best pizza, but your cheese pizza isn't really fulfilling that promise for me. And their very decadent stuff is good, but I think it's slightly disingenuous to say, we're the world's best, but it's actually only 4 pizzas on the menu.
It's 4 pizzas, and we make them slightly differently here in Pittsburgh than we do when we're on stage.
Right. But, Caliente, I mean, they have expanded phenomenally, right? They, I think, brew beer now and everything. So they are doing great stuff for the city as far as pizza goes. And they're involved in all sorts of pizza events. So they're doing their own thing. You know, they have a great marketing engine behind them.
Yeah, they're not hurting.
No, not at all.
Today's show is sponsored by Family House. Since 1983, they've created space for families to stay affordably when they're here in the city to get life-saving medical treatment for their children. You can support their organization and their mission at the 44th Annual Gala downtown. It's going to be at the Duquesne Club Saturday, March 28th, and expect an elegant evening. Think cocktails, dinner, dancing, dessert, a silent auction, and more. Family House really is a full-service organization. They provide these physical spaces, but they also have a breakfast program, shuttle services to and from local hospitals, and they host events for families like yoga classes and chances for caregivers to connect with and support one another. The 2026 Family House Gala is proudly presented by UPMC and UPMC Health Plan. Visit familyhouse.org/gala to learn more. Family House, your home away from home. So let's talk about some pizza trends here in the city. What are you seeing pop up? What's new? What are you loving right now?
I think what's most exciting to me is there's all these, newer, up and coming, pizza prodigies in the city. Unfortunately, we did lose the Enna Slice House recently. Massimo was making some amazing pizzas out there. Maybe some of the best New York style pizza. But, as far as pizza in the city goes, right, there's so many new pizza places popping up, like mobile pizza oven, right? Entry point, it's so easy to get into the pizza game right now. You got Munz, that's, has like Munz Monday at Allegheny City Brewing, and they're doing, I think someone coined the term Yinzerpolitan pizza, where it's sort of Neapolitan, but with a Yinzer spin, whatever that means to you.
I mean, are they throwing pierogi on it? Like, what does Yinzer mean?
No, it just means my Yinzer's making it, I guess.
Okay.
You could say. But it is sort of like a Neapolitan pizza, right? So if you want that like round, crispy pizza, that's not floppy, right? It's very delicious, good ingredients, good dough. Munz is doing great stuff. The 77 Club, they have really invested heavily in their mobile pizza unit. They just got back from a trip to Texas to pick up a mobile pizza oven. I think it's similar to the one that Driftwood Oven used. So they did their cross-country trip or Texas trip and came back, and they're popping up around town, and they're making some of the most fascinating pizzas. The pizzas have like a smoky tomato sauce, very decadent, interesting fusion type ingredients. Porchetta that's been marinated in all sorts of ingredients on these pizzas.
I'm looking at one from a recent Instagram post, and it's got spinach, cilantro chutney, and roasted carrot puree.
So good. I've had that pizza. It's phenomenal. You're like, why is this on a pizza? Then you eat it. You're like, well, why isn't this on more pizzas? Like Dustin and Brittany are doing a phenomenal job there, and they're great people, and that really care about making unique pizzas in the city, making pizzas you really can't get anywhere else.
And this is what you call a mobile unit.
Yes.
So like it's a pizza truck.
It's a pizza oven that's getting towed around town.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it might be on a truck. It might be on something else. Look for the signage.
Look for the signage. They did just get new signage. So when you see those 77s in the distance, you're in good hands. Get hungry.
The CityCast team recently tried Upslope, which is also brand new. They were parked over by Trace Brewing. We hung out with them while we were doing our CityCast Pittsburgh neighbor event, our members only program. Their pies were so good. A little small, but delicious and pretty quick, actually.
Yeah. Max at Upslope, he's great. I've had the pizza a few times, and it is, it's kind of what you want. It's a perfect like brewery companion.
Yes, it was exactly the right size for the environment.
Right. You got a beer in one hand, a pizza in the other. You're just like crushing it. And, they've been up and coming as well. And I think he's working out the system, right? Every outing for him, I think he's evolving something, improving. He's refining some aspect of his pizza making. So I think there'll be great things from Upslope Pizza.
And every time I walked by the booth too, he was asking folks like, what did you like? What did you not like? He was clearly trying to dial it in, like very receptive to feedback.
Yeah. He's on a great pizza journey. He has like a full-time job doing something else, but like his passion is in the pizza.
And then one other that you've written about recently, La Grassa. What are you liking from them?
Yeah, La Grassa is very mysterious. I think we can all admit that. Their whole motto is everyone gets a corner slice. So if you like crispy corner slice pizza, this is for you. It's somewhat like a Detroit style pizza, right? So it's thick, but it has like some Sicilian quality, so it's pretty soft. And, I think they do a great job of creating an amazing pizza vibe. They're very fun people to follow. And late night pizza at the Vandal is just like this great juxtaposition of like, okay, this somewhat elegant place, and then this is like amazing pizza you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
But they do some really cool stuff, great toppings, ingredients, and I like it a lot. I think some of their pizza could be a little too greasy or salty, so I would stick to like the more like veggie, maybe white based pizza there as well. But La Grassa is doing some cool stuff.
I will give them some points though. I'm looking at, I think it's like their standard pepperoni or some kind of meat here. It's those little bitty slices that like curl up. Now they do become cups for grease, but they're so delicious.
The
they're
Roni
so
cups,
good.
Cute and delicious. You almost don't want to eat them.
No, I definitely want to eat them.
And they have a tiramisu as well. They might be serving that out of a shoe. That is supposed to be quite good. I haven't had it, but it looks delicious.
Tiramisu and a shoe. I love it. We got a recommendation from Kristen, originally from Rochester. Dan, this one kind of cracked me up. I'm curious what you think.
My favorite pizza is believe it or not, is at the Beaver Valley Mall. It's Mall Pizza. That's what it's called, Mall Pizza. And it is so good. It's like a New York style, I'd say, which is hard to find around here because everyone's square pizzas.
Have you had mall pizza?
I have not had this mall pizza, no. I mean, it sounds fascinating. And I think everyone has a mall pizza story, right? Is there anything better than a Sparrow's at a mall?
Yes, there are a lot of things better than that.
Okay. My former employer years ago. So I think it's a great idea. I've not had it, but when you're shopping, you get hungry. You can't shop hungry. You got to get a slice of pizza.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, what do you think about this like idea of New York style pizza being like kind of difficult to acquire here?
When I heard that, I sort of chuckled a little bit because then she says everything around her is square, which is like so, right, Beaver area where everything up there is square. But I don't think it is hard to find New York style pizza anymore. I think a lot of places are doing it really well. Obviously, we have Rockaway, right, newly opened in Regent Square, doing phenomenal work. You have Badamo's that's doing great stuff. Mama Lucia's and Monticello's, right? They're doing like a nice round floppy slices. So I think if you're willing to maybe travel out of Beaver County, you can find some good New York style pizza.
And there's a new one coming too, F&F, that you've written about as well.
Yes, F&F is coming from being imported from Brooklyn, right? They're leaving the Carroll Gardens area in Brooklyn, and they're coming to Pittsburgh for some reason. No one's really sure why. They seem to be friends with a real estate developer here or something. But yeah, they're opening up in, I think, is it Mount Lebanon? They're going to have a restaurant. They're going to have a slice shop in the Strip. And F&F, I think I'll be really interested in the response to that, right? Because yes, maybe 10 years ago when you're getting more people coming into the city from other areas, it was very novel. Now, Pittsburgh pizza makers have figured it out. There is amazing pizza here. And I've talked to a few pizza makers about F&F coming in, and it's sort of like a shrug. Like, yeah, we have good pizza here. Like, they're going to come in and do their own thing. And will they stand out as much as they think they will? I'm not sure. So I think it'll be cool. It'll be cool to have them here. But we have great pizza here today. So it'll be, I guess, a nice addition to the area.
I'm looking at a photo of their pizza. It is square. I guess it's still New York style, but square. Dan, plenty more thoughts from our pod listeners to go through here. We would love your bounce on them. And actually, not just your bounce, but like your recommendations, because that was a big theme from a lot of the folks who called in, that they love a thing, but they want to know what else they should try. So as you're hearing these, I want to know what you would recommend they try next. So we'll start with Bon M in the Strip District and Natalie in Oakland.
My favorite pizza is from Pizzeria David. It is a spinach and artichoke pizza.
Hi. Thanks for letting me be a neighbor. I'm in the Oakland area, and my favorite pizza place, because I'm in the Oakland area, is Antunes. Cheap, fast, great. I kind of want to try more in the Pittsburgh area.
Dan, you were shaking your head for that last one.
Antunes. Does Antunes serve pizza when the sun's out? I'm not aware of that.
But there is like something to be said for having like a late night pizza that is available to you in your neighborhood.
I mean, the 2 a.m. Antunes pizza, legendary. I would love to try it in like a Friday night family setting. That just doesn't seem like that exists, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
I think you make your own opportunity with that one, but don't forget the recommendations. If you like David or you like Antunes, what should people try next?
David's great. Walk down the street, Driftwood Oven. Maybe Lupo would be good too. That's sort of like, good sauce, New York style. David is, I feel like, somewhat unique in the area. I'm going to recommend Rockaway as well. That just goes across the board to everyone.
Everyone should try Rockaway.
Rockaway. But yeah, David, I think you're already in a good spot with David. Definitely try out some of the other areas nearby. Driftwood Oven, Lupo. I think those would be good places to start.
How about L&R?
My favorite pizza place is, of course, Giuliano's in Robinson Township.
Are you familiar with Giuliano's?
I believe I have had Giuliano's a long time ago. If I remember correctly, it might be a little bit of a sweeter sauce type place. So, if you're in that area, maybe, Police Station Pizza wouldn't be a bad choice. It's not that far away from there. There was a David out in Robinson as well. So, why not lump them in there?
Okay, here's Jim F. in Pleasant Hills and Grace K. in Shadyside.
My favorite slice is from Pizza Shack in Brentwood because of their unique sweet sauce.
My favorite slice since I was a child has been Fiore's. Just a plain cheese pizza. I think the best pizza in the burg.
Okay. People like sweet sauce. If you want the sweetest sauce I've ever had, go to Punxsutawney and get Lasca's Pizza.
Okay.
It's basically sugar and cheese combined, red sugar. But, if you like Fiore's, obviously, you got to recommend Minio's and Aiello's. I consider those three very similar to each other. Let's see, what else would be good? Slice on Broadway isn't super sweet, but I think you could get a good sort of evolution of that Fiore's pizza through Slice on Broadway. So I would add that to the list as well.
Well, let's end on a high note. I'm curious if you have a favorite right now or, just like kind of an all-time classic for you and your family.
For the fam, Spack Brothers, number one with a bullet, only because my daughter refuses to eat anything else.
Actually, we got voicemails about Spack from Megan M. and Rachel K., but then we're going to let your daughter, your girl Charlie, speak for herself.
My go-to pizza order is a margarita pizza from Spack Brothers in Garfield. And they were my go-to pizza this past weekend when I came back into Pittsburgh after being away for a week. I went in and said, it feels like I'm really home now going to get pizza from Spack Brothers.
So I do drive over to Spack in order to get the pickle pizza because they make their own ranch sauce.
Oh, I like the plain ones, and my favorite kind is from Spack. The lamb's really good there.
Good ranch dressing.
Yeah, the french fries are too.
Good french fries. Okay.
It's just not too much cheese, not too much sauce. It's just right.
Great. Well, thanks, Charlie. Appreciate it. Pizza you later.
See you later.
Dan, how old is your daughter there?
She's 5 years old. Maybe 4.5 in that one. Future pizza journalist, I suppose.
I mean, is she still Team Spack?
Team Spack, ride or die. Any event. Please, can we get Spack Brothers? Oh, our friends are coming over. Please, can we get Spack Brothers? One time we did get Driftwood Oven for an event that wasn't for her. She was like pouted for days, livid that it was not Spack in the house. Get the fries, the hoagies off the hook, and the pizza is amazing. And the ranch dressing, like Charlie says, she has to have ranch dressing in every dip. So,
Dan, it sounds like we could have you back for like a who has the best ranch dressing in Pittsburgh conversation too.
Yeah, the ranch dressing in pizza, I think a lot of people like to poo-poo it. I think a lot of people are too cool for school, like to say no ranch dressing on pizza. But you gotta admit, it's a good combo. People do it for a reason.
Dan, as always, thank you so much. We will pizza you later.
Yeah, pizza you later.
That is all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. Since National Pizza Day does fall on a Monday this year, definitely double check that your favorite local spot is actually open if you're going to order tonight. Also, shout out to F&F Pizzeria. Dan talked about them coming soon. Update, they are open now in Mount Lebanon. They're also open on Monday nights, so definitely check them out and head over to our newsletter if you need more pizza inspiration. You can support us by becoming a CityCast Pittsburgh neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow with more from around the city. Talk to you soon. I mean, there are a lot of jokes about Pittsburghers and ranch dressing. We could leave it there.
Exactly. And, a lot of people now are making their own ranch dressing. So
restaurant ranch is the thing. You have to make it in-house.
You have to make it in-house, and everyone does it quite differently, and it's so good.